Okay, we're gonna make pasta with rapini. Rapini here, let me zoom in on this so you can see. You should be able to find this in most grocery stores, but it's not everywhere. It's rapini, or it's called broccoli rabe. It's got a very unique flavor. It's bitter, but it tastes delicious when you saute it with, say, garlic and oil. But we're going to mix this in with some pasta, and we're going to show you how to do that in a second. Okay, now we're going to clean the rapini. Most of them come in a bunch like this. What you want to do is cut the leaves off, just like my wife's doing here. Now the stems are a little, I call it woody. They can be a little tough. So you want to, the majority of the stems you want to take off. But there are some good parts on the stem also, so you can have to go through them. They may have some of those little, they look like little broccoli crowns on them. Take those off, those are good, those are delicious. But the actual stem itself, it's very fibery and well, basically it's kind of woody. So yeah, take those off, the stems, and we just compost it. Okay, now what we like using is either a spaghetti or a linguine style pasta, and we break it into smaller pieces like that. About 1 inch or 2 inches long is good. Okay, here we have, now we're going to chop 10 to 14 cloves of garlic. This is for how many people now? 4?
4 people, 1 pound of pasta and 2 bunches of rapini.
Okay, so 2 bunches of rapini, 1 pound of pasta, and 10 to 14 cloves. And you want to chop them up into small, like minced pieces, not really fine. Just, you know, maybe I'll zoom in here a little bit so you can see. Yeah. All right, now for this recipe, we're going to need some capers. For 4 people, roughly a tablespoon of capers per person. So we got 4 tablespoons of capers here. These are the garlic, or the garlic that's chopped. We divided it in 2 because we're going to saute the rapinis with half of it, and then at the end we're going to saute the capers and everything else at the end. And you're going to need about, I like about 3 pinch of hot peppers, or red peppers, I'm sorry. And which basically comes out to a 1/4 teaspoon. So 3/4 teaspoons of peppers is what I like. If you like it hotter, you can put more or less. You know, put less. It all depends on you.
You want to measure that?
All right, now we're going to saute the rapini, and we have to use quite a bit of olive oil for this. Not sure how much, but a decent amount. Now we're going to saute the other half of the garlic that we minced. Now what you want here is, once that oil heats up, you want to probably saute the garlic just probably a minute. You don't want it to brown. Alright, like I said, now the garlic is sauteing, and about a minute is good enough. You don't want it to brown. Now you can put the rapini in. You just put it all in there, right on top. And this will cook down. And you might have to add a little water in it every once in a while. This shouldn't take more than, I'm guessing, 10 to 12 minutes. And the water, what we usually do is take the water from the pasta that's cooking and just like a big spoon of it in there every once in a while, just so it doesn't burn. Put the cover on it and let it saute, let it cook down basically what it's going to do. Like I said, once in a while you want to lift the cover up on it and stir it a little bit. Make sure it's not burning underneath. And the flame, you know, just medium, I guess, would be good. It's probably a good idea to just put a little bit of water in there with a large spoon. We just use it from the pasta water. Just put a couple spoonfuls in there, and then put the cover back on and let it steam down a little bit. All right, now we're going to check it. And you don't want it to dry out too much. Just stir it around. And add a little water if you need to add water. Alright, now the rapinis are done. You can try one of the bigger pieces if it's nice and tender, the stem part, they're good. So now we're going to mix the pasta and the rapini together. Okay. There we go. And mix those together real good, but we're not done yet. Now we're going to saute the rest of the garlic, the red peppers, or pepper flakes, and the capers together. Alright, now we're going to start sauteing the three ingredients. We need olive oil. Always use extra virgin olive oil. Now we got to turn the flame on. And you could put the garlic in with, you know, when the oil's still cold and not heated up yet. It really doesn't make a difference. The capers and the red pepper flakes. And with this also, once it starts to get hot, about a minute, sauteing it for about a minute is good. Again, you don't want the garlic to turn brown. Alright, now we have the garlic and everything sauteing pretty good here. After about a minute or so, pour the rest of the pasta and the rapini in there. stir it around so it picks up all the flavors from the peppers and the capers and the garlic. And you can put your salt and pepper in now too, would be a good idea. Actually, you don't usually put pepper in there because you get your red pepper flakes anyway. And always use sea salt. And you probably want to do this for about a minute or two, just to pick up the flavors, and that's about it. Alright, once you've mixed all the nice flavors together, you just put it in your bowl. And this is how it should look, and trust me when I tell you this, it tastes absolutely fantastic.